at the front. They are very heavy. Hey, what's up? John Sherrod here, and today I'm going to unbox this Thermaltake Core P3 TG Pro. It's a brand new re-release of their P3 model, and I'm pretty excited to open it up, unbox it, and put it together. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I am trying to review kind of new tech, a bunch of new gadgets, usually video cards lately, but today we have a computer case. So yeah, let me get into this thing. I have a feeling there's going to be quite a few parts, and this is a follow along video. Let's see how difficult it is to put this thing together, how intuitive it is, and yeah, we'll kind of see where it goes from there. Okay. Ta-da! Okay. Manual. Cool. Let's take a quick, and here is the tempered glass piece. Now, this is very fragile.
Ah, fragile. It must be Italian.
Well, I think that says fragile, honey.
So be careful. I'm going to put it behind me. Okay, we can already start to see the case. I mean, this is a lot more together than I anticipated. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Okay. Now, what I liked about this case and the specs is that if you're looking at this is the actual back of it. It allows for a 360 or up to a 420 mil rad on the side here. So it's either 120, 3 120s or 3 140s, which is pretty cool. And then you can do the same thing on the front or the top using this bracket right here. So that to me leaves a lot of options if I want to do some more tests with all-in-ones, with radiators. I mean, this looks like maybe the bottom. Yeah, I'm guessing this is the bottom feet. There's rubber feet on the bottom, something like that. Yep, so it feels pretty stable. Okay, this bracket here, this is the front bracket. Ooh, so these are the four, they're not really legs, but they're the support beams that come out, and then you're gonna connect the tempered glass onto them. They are very heavy. Interesting, way heavier than I thought. Okay, brackets. L bracket, more bracket, a U bracket. Okay, all right, no problem. Let's figure this all out. That's what manuals are for. This looks like a hard drive bay bracket to me. Screws and cable ties, amazing. Bunch of rubber goodies. This looks like it could be more feet type thing. More feet like that. Side bracket, I'm guessing that's where this either kind of fits into vertical or if you're looking at this case, let me know, are you considering mounting your GPU vertically or in the traditional position? I'm still on the fence. This comes with the vertical mount bracket, but it does not come with the PCI Express 4 cable, the ribbon cable that you'll need. So I do have one. I may be saving it for another build so that And that's it. Boop. Okay. I might turn this down a little bit. There we go. All right, cool. Let's open up the manual and see what we have. Okay, motherboard compatibility, yes, we know this. So I mean, another thing that's great about this is that it does ATX and eATX. So I was just really trying to find a solution, a case that was easy to get in and out of, that could fit large motherboards, large radiators. It says here the master VGA length is 450 millimeters. Most of the biggest cards that I've run into, the 4090s, the Zotac 4080, they're at 360 millimeters. So 450 is plenty. So I need to decide whether I want a front mount bracket or a top, which then I need to decide where am I putting the radiator from my all-in-one. I did a video here, check it out, for the EK Elite 360 mil all-in-one cooler, which I will continue to use. It's great. You'll see it on part 2 when I take it out of my other system. The question is, do I want to mount it on the side, right, on the top, or on the front? And I mean, any all-in-one, the best place to put it is the top. So I think I will keep that bracket specifically for the top. Well, let's get this thing put together, and maybe we'll, in the next video, figure out which fits best, and how long the tubing is. Okay, so let's get this piece. Oh my gosh, these are heavy. Okay, let's get this piece on. I'm guessing there's something. No, there's absolutely nothing. What is happening? I put everything down. So here's the piece. Now it's interesting, so it comes with one screw in the end. I'm not sure with my face in the way if it's gonna, there you go. Can you see that there's a screw in the end? And then there's a turny screw in the other end. This is the finished side. So I'm guessing this pinches the glass, right? This has a kind of a finished edge to it. They don't really tell you how this works. Instructions are so-so right now, right? Thermaltake. Let's get rid of that. Let's take this up. Okay, so if you look at the back of it, it's a pretty nice back. This is actually a VESA mount, so that you can mount the computer on the wall or mount one way or the other. What I'm seeing, oh, look at the front. Look at the front, that is cool. So part of the upgrade with the new Pro that they did was they put USB 3 and USB-C on the front, which is pretty cool. So what I am figuring out, and they do not show this in the manual, is that there are thumb screws on the back here. I need to take out these thumb screws, and yeah, they're not thumbable. Are they? No, they come right out. As I figured, comes off. Yeah, the screws will stay in there if you just don't pull them out all the way. So here, what are we seeing? So this is the back side As you can probably tell, your radiator can go here. You have to go in the inside, not the back side, or else that K won't go up. Here you have locations for hard drives. This is the mounting bracket for the wall. So they need to leave that open. And your power supply is going to go down here somewhere. Oh no, it's actually on the front side. It's actually, power supply goes up here. So what I was trying to figure out was how to get these guys attached. Let me... Okay, so that's one on. Let's do the same. Okay, all together, pieces on. Stand installation. So I put this down. Stand is here. I would like to put the stand like this. Okay. Cool. Okay. So there's 2 screws in one of the bags. They're a bit longer. Okay, cool. Let's try this again. Found these 2. Okay. Okay, it's starting to feel like a case.
A few moments later.
Okay, where we are here, we have everything kind of together. Really, it was the choice of where to put this bracket, right? Now, I can't even remember if I mentioned already, but you can buy more of these brackets if you want to put a top and front. I am going to decide to put it on the top because that's where I want to mount my all-in-one cooler, my EK Elite all-in-one cooler. If you haven't seen video, I'll put up here of me installing that. You'll see it in part 2 when I move it over. But I would like to put this on top. So you can see here, there's kind of grooves right there. Can you see it? There you go. It slides onto these pretty easily. Ta-da! And then what you do is there's 3 screws from the back. Okay, pretty easy. Okay, now that we have our top mount, the next thing to figure out is the power supply. Now, the first time I did this, I put it in and I came at an issue. Now, I'm going to help you guys with this. So I have a rather large power supply. The limit on this case is 200 millimeters. This power supply is exactly 200 millimeters. This is an EVGA, you can see here, an EVGA Supernova 1300 G+. Now, the first time I installed it with the fan facing down, and what happened was, see here where the power cord connector is, when you put it into the case, it's being blocked by, it's on the other side, I'm just kind of showing you here, it's being blocked by this pillar. So what I had to do was actually flip it upside down, so the air is blowing up. Not my favorite orientation. It's kind of the older style, but you can fit it in. There is a small bracket that you fit on to the end here, and you can almost see the corner of the bracket. You see how it's curved? There you go, right here. curved. It sits on this bar. Now on the actual case itself, markers on the actual board here that say 200, 180, 160, and 140. So this is a 200, so I will be mounting it so that using those two. Okay, now that only supports the front kind of side here, these two screws. What you need is this bracket right here. Now this bracket is the bracket that you use when you're doing the horizontal power supply placement like we are now. There is the option to do a vertical mount power supply, but only if you're using a micro ATX or an IATX motherboard. I'll be putting an ATX motherboard in, so you have to mount it this way. So this bracket here helps support the back. So you put it in like this, there's a screw hole here. Bingo. And then the trick on the back side, it's really challenging to get to. There is 3 holes right here. And because there's not a lot of room for your screwdriver, they just have this thumb screw. So just go in there with your, it's pretty easy to hand tighten. Ta-da! So that is so that you can get the power supply in. Now, what I have found out is that I need to back this out, because the next step is to put in the plate for the vertical GPU mount. I have decided to go vertical GPU, primarily because if I put my GPU in this way, I have hot air blowing out of the power supply directly into the GPU. And why not? It would be nice to have a nice display of the card anyway. As we all know, the front of the card with the 3 fans is usually the most appealing anyway. So, I mean, for reviews and everything like that, let's go vertical mount. So, why I say I need to remove this is there is this lovely panel, which sits right here. Now, there is a spacer. Okay, so this spacer you will need. The spacer sits between this bracket here, mount like this, and holds it up and essentially supports the GPU bracket. But we need to put a screw in from the bottom side of that. To do that, I need to back the power supply out. This here, there are 3 screw spots on the bottom. Now that that's in, we can probably slide our power supply back through. Top bracket. Power supplies in, flipped so the vents up. Now, maybe your power supply is different. This is an EVGA. Like I say, that's all I know is it's EVGA right now. Try it out. There's a chance that you can swap yours face down, but just beware that you may block the power cable spot with this bar. Okay, next are brackets here. We're gonna use this to hold our GPU in place. Now it's very neat. So these are the bottoms of all of the of these black, I don't know, what are they called? They're little brackets, spacers. There's actually, in the case here, holes and spots for it. So it's very intuitive. They just go in and it slots in. And then there are 5 screws. Okay. Yes, that was absolutely much quicker the second time. So, hopefully you saw how, I mean, this latter part was pretty easy. Really, it was just the power supply that really caught me. It was upside down and I couldn't figure it out. So by flipping the bracket around and pointing it up, resolved the issue. There was absolutely no mention of that in the manual. But I think I'm in a good place now where I can install my motherboard, decide whether I'll put the radiator up top or the side for my EK all in one. But yeah, so far it feels pretty good. So yeah, I mean, that really concludes part one of this. Thank you. Hopefully, I mean, I'd love to better know if you are considering buying one of these. Maybe you have the Thermaltake, the P3, not the Pro, the older one. And you can let me know kind of how this is different or if you're going to upgrade to this one. Or maybe you've done a P5 or a P7 and you're considering downsizing to this smaller model. So yeah, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts so far. Stay tuned for part number 2, where I will take all the guts out of my computer and install it in here. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more.